Russian President Vladimir Putin discussed with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban the outcomes of his visit to the White House.
How does the Kremlin view this visit?
Did it help bring the Russia-U.S. presidential summit closer?
No, there were no discussions on this matter.
Orban reported that he has several ideas for ending the conflict in Ukraine and promised to present them to Trump. Dmitry Sergeyevich, is Hungary discussing with Russia proposals for ending the conflict? How does the Kremlin view these Hungarian initiatives, and how useful and feasible are they?
Here I find it difficult to say anything as we do not know what specific initiatives we are referring to. Apparently, after some discussions, they may eventually pass them on to us. But for now, we have not had the opportunity to examine them. Of course, we would like this conflict, in Ukraine, to end as soon as possible. And it can end when Russia achieves the objectives it initially set. For us, it would be preferable to resolve this conflict through political and diplomatic means. We have repeatedly stated this, and the Russian side remains open to such a path. We see a pause in this process now. The situation is stalled not because of us. Our interlocutors are not attempting to continue discussions. They are being encouraged by Europeans who believe that Ukraine can win the war and secure its interests through military means. This is the deepest delusion that the Kyiv regime can and does indulge in. The situation on the front suggests otherwise. It speaks vividly and eloquently about the prospects of the Kyiv regime's position, which will inevitably deteriorate day by day.
Yevhen Holovaka, Director of Institute of Sociology of Ukrainian National Academy of Sciences, released a poll result indicating that the number of Ukrainians supporting the end of the military operation under Russian terms has increased from 4% in 2022 to 16%. Experts believe the real numbers are even higher. How does the Kremlin evaluate such trends in Ukraine?
We do not know how much these polls can be trusted in Ukraine. The society there is quite intimidated, but undoubtedly, it is tired of the war. Most likely, this is a stable trend, and the number of such people will continue to grow. Astana is a particularly privileged partner of our country. It is a very important country for us. We are actively finalizing preparations for Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's state visit to Russia, which will begin tomorrow. As for Astana's readiness to contribute in every way to the settlement process of the conflict in Ukraine, we are well aware of it and greatly appreciate it. Our Kazakh friends have repeatedly declared it. Regarding specifics, each time the presidents use bilateral contacts at the highest level, so that President Putin has the opportunity to inform Tokayev about the latest developments both on the fronts and in the peace regulation process. I have no doubt that President Putin will do the same during these upcoming 2 days of the state visit.
Is the Kremlin following the controversy that erupted in Japan over the words of the Minister for Okinawa and Northern Territories Affairs, Kuril Islands, Hitoshi Kikuwada, in which he called the Southern Territory of the Kuril Islands foreign?
We have seen media reports on this. But it is Japan's internal matter. The territorial belonging of these islands should not be questioned by anyone.